side, on top of the world, oh yeah. She had a drink in her hand, she had her toes in the sand, whoa, what a beautiful girl, ah yeah.
Van Halen were an American rock band from California. They started in 1973 with two guys called Something Van Halen, one guy called David Lee Roth, who was the singer, and one called Michael Anthony. Over the years, they've had a few changes of frontman, one change of bassist, until their final lineup in 2020 was three guys called Something Van Halen and one called David Lee Roth. They have created 12 studio albums and they've sold many, many copies. They've been hugely successful. Hi, my name's Dan. If you know this album and you want to have your say, please stick whatever you want to in the comments down there somewhere. Or if you're new to the album, or if you've got something to say about the review, I'm happy to have all comments, as long as they're, decent, not abusive. Also, about there, I'm trying to get this pointing right, there's a button that says subscribe. And if you click on that button, you'll be able to join me on my journey. This journey is to review the 3,000 best albums in the world ever, according to this list that I've got hold of. It's a great list, actually. So why don't you join me? Why don't you click this button and come along for the ride? We're not very far in, but it's already been quite a ride. It's been very interesting. So, this was Van Halen's second studio album, so you might think that was a given, seeing as it's called Van Halen 2, but they also had an album called Van Halen 3, which was their 11th studio album, so yeah, you can't take that as read. I have reviewed this album before, so before I started doing the video reviews, I was doing reviews on a blog. I reviewed about 400 albums out of a list of 1,000 before I found this list and thought this is a better list. And by the way, I like to switch to video at the same time. So I did review it then, but the score has gone up since then. And what I actually did this time was I listened to the album without looking or referring back to the previous review that I'd done. And then I looked at the review, and actually, a lot of the points I want to make are the same, which is kind of encouraging. I'm going to say the same things, but my opinion of it has gone up in that time, and I think partly that's because when I heard it this time, I remembered quite a lot of the songs, so that's always a good sign. So let's do some description. It's excellent rock. Basically, it's quite poppy and immediate rock in the sense that, it's not got a lot of subtlety to it in the sense of huge thoughtfulness or big soundscapes. It's not a Pink Floyd kind of thing. It's definitely more your Kid Rock kind of thing, if you know what that means at all. Feel good party rock, I think I'd put it as. But I would say that the playing is really excellent. The sounds they get, the band really are the feature here. They're the start. I mean, the guitar playing with Eddie Van Halen, so it's a kind of a guitar hero thing. But actually, the rest of the band play a really strong role here as well. So there's some great sounds and some great feels, some great riffs. The whole thing it's just great rock in that sense. There's one track which is completely different because it's a classical guitar track, so that's a very show-offy, I can play very, very fast kind of track. But all the rest you'd think of as rock. The singing is, there's a pretty decent singer. I do have one thing against him, which is that he has a particular high, wheezy squeal which he uses, and I just think he's overused it in this album. It's kind of, he uses it as decoration, and I think he could have saved it for just a few points and not used it all the time. As a consequence, I'm kind of feeling like I'm less believing what he's singing about. But to be fair, it's not deep stuff that he's trying to convince you of anyway. So the subject matter is mostly about love, relationships, women, dancing, drinking. There's one track about being a do-well, about police finding somebody in a garbage can. So There's nothing lyrically here that's going to upset the norms of rock. It's kind of what you would imagine. And it's good driving rock. And when I say driving, that's in two senses. So it's in the sense of, driving beats, but also it's good music to drive to. So I enjoyed it. That's it from me for now.